Hi everyone, my name is Katie Sweat and I'm from Weebly. Just a quick overview. Weebly is an internet company that gives people a do-it-yourself tool to create websites. It's free. It's a really great way to get your website up and running. So I'm going to walk you through an overview of what exactly a website is, what the purpose of it is for your company, and how we can get you guys started, depending on what your budget is and goals. So your website in this modern ecosystem of social media and digital tools is really the foundation for your company. It makes you look like a professional organization when people are searching for, maybe your store name is generic and you're Joe's Pizza Shop. There are a lot of Joe's Pizza Shops. You want to show up in those search results and you want to be able to claim your business on the World Wide Web and be able to have that website that backs up who exactly you are. So there are 5 main steps for how to develop a website. Your website is a place that people can visit online, but how do you exactly get that set up? So the first step is to own a domain name and a hosting service, web host. The two things are, the domain name is the address that people actually type into the search bar, www.yourbusiness.com. And your web host is basically renting space from a company that has servers to let your website be seen online. So the combination of those two things let people see your website, type in the address, and then actually view it. These typically run between $8 to $40 a year for a domain name, and hosting can range there within. A domain name is important, and we'll walk through how to choose the right domain name for your business, and some are not available, you may already have one, and what to do with that. We have a list of some domain registrars and companies that you can actually purchase domain names at. There are many out there. Weebly has it integrated with them, but Register.com, GoDaddy, I'm sure you've heard of, Fat Cow, all of these offer hosting and domain options. The second is to differentiate between in-house development and outsourcing. So if you're a small business, you probably don't have the resources to have a tech team to develop your website in-house. You may. There are options for you to do a do-it-yourself website, not knowing any technical languages, and get that up and running quickly. There's also an outsource model. There's a wide range of websites that you can actually offer or purchase, from just a quick bundled 5-page website all the way to a fully custom animated, music's playing. Your imagination can run wild. But just understanding what your budget is and what the function you're looking for. So if you're looking to sell goods through your site, that will put you in perhaps a different group than if you just want an online brochure for your customers to land on and understand exactly what it is your company does and how they can reach you. Third is develop a framework for your content. So understanding what you're going to do with your website, what you need out of it. Do you need menus if you're a restaurant? Do you need pricing structures if you're a consulting business? What do you want to get out of it? And develop that framework first for your content. And then define your website's role in your overarching strategies. How are you going to use it within what you're currently doing for marketing? Are you going to use it as the cornerstone of your marketing strategy where everything feeds right back into your website? Or are you looking for something else out of it? Use analytic tools to help you maintain the health of your website. So just making sure your website is up to date and you're tracking what people are doing on your website. Tools can range from free tools like Google Analytics, which will let you see exactly how many visitors are coming to your site, where they're coming from, where they're clicking on your website. Are they spending most of their time on your questions section of your website? Are they spending a lot of time on the menu? Just understanding what your website's doing for you. These tools will give you some insight. The first thing you're going to need is your company logo available, photos and videos to help add some dimension to your company when people come and visit. Content about your company. Having that prepared when you start to create your website will be really useful for you. You don't want to be creating the content and marketing materials for your company at the same time as trying to build a digital resource. Contact information, thinking through how you want your customers to contact you once they get to your site. First step would just be to select a title. This is obvious step, but it's something that allows your customers to know exactly what it is they're looking at. Select a domain name. Weebly has 3 different options for you. A subdomain name is simply a free version of a domain name. It's yourcompany.weebly.com. This is great if you're a nonprofit or a club and you want to get your website up and running for free with no time. Register a domain name. As you type, it'll let you know if your domain name is available, and you can actually register straight through Weebly, and it will hook it up to your website for you. Or use a domain name you already own. That just lets you transfer a domain name into your Weebly account if you're looking to set your site up with a domain you already own. The editor function within Weebly is simple. It's a drag and drop technology that basically allows you to drag components from the toolbar right onto the screen. It's almost like creating a PowerPoint slide. So there's no coding necessary, if you've heard people use that term. It's really what you see is what you get type tool that lets you see immediately what your website will look like. You can click to upload different images, click to edit text, etc. And there are hundreds of themes to choose from. That would be the first step for you to create your site. Select a theme that represents your company. Creating a structure to your website, as I kind of mentioned before, is important. Here is just a list of examples, an example structure that is pretty standard. A home page that just offers up a quick overview of who are you with a picture maybe is standard. An about section that lets your customers learn a little bit about who you are and what your history is. Services and product, a contact us section, and a blog to keep your customers up to date on the latest projects you're working on, new inventory you have, etc. As people are on their phones, and here's just some statistics on this, people have their phones with them 24/7, and 91% of the United States citizens have their phones with them 24/7. So based on this fact, we want to understand, how people are viewing your website when they're on the go. Certain websites I'm sure you've been to, when you go, you're pinching and zooming and trying to find contact information. The website itself seems irrelevant on a mobile phone, and people think that you need an app. You actually do not need an application as a small business, but having a website that actually renders itself useful for someone that's on a screen much smaller than a desktop like this is very useful. So understanding which website solutions that you pick have a mobile-enabled or an option to have a mobile-enabled website is very useful. Weebly's comes with it for free and organizes it for you, but other services let you customize it a little bit more if you have specifics on what you want your customers to see on their smartphone. So here are some additional resources for you. I think you have this all listed, and that is the end of our website fundamentals.